Last time I made the end grain mortises and all the rails to receive the floating tenons to go into the legs. Now I need to make the accompanying mortise in all the legs to finish the joinery. For the joinery for the drawer dividers, I'm going to use double tenons. So that means I need to make 2 mortises per each side of each drawer divider in the leg. So I'm going to make the first series of mortises down the length of the leg and then raise the height of the mortiser to make the second pass. Before I can raise the mortiser and make the second row of mortises in each leg, I need to make the first of the set of mortises in each drawer divider on each side. But because my drawer dividers aren't exactly the same thickness as the leg, and I want them to be flush to the front of the leg, I need to use a shim when I make the mortises. So now with the bit at the same height, I can go back to the legs. I need to make 2 more mortises in the lower section of 2 of the legs to receive the support rail that's going to stretch in between them. With a 1/4 inch bit and my plunge router and an edge guide, I'm going to make a groove in 4 of the legs to receive the panels. I need to make the grooves in the rails now, and I need to make sure that when it's inserted into the mortise that the groove in the rail lines up with the groove in the leg. And we'll do that using a stacked dado set and the table saw. The panel dividers will receive a groove on 2 sides. On one of my past G&G projects, I made this jig which helps you to create the popular G&G indent detail that you see in a lot of legs on G&G pieces. And if you'd like more information on how to build this jig, you'll see a link in the description. This little piece in the back of the jig raises the leg in the jig so that it's at a slope so that you get a nice gentle indent detail. This leg is a little bit loose inside this jig, so I'm using some sandpaper as a shim. Cloud lift detail is a common feature that you might see on a lot of Greene and Greene pieces, and I think it'll look pretty cool on my desk. So I'm going to use this old template that I used for my Greene and Greene dartboard, which also had a cloud lift detail on a few of the rails. Just going to attach this template with a little bit of carpet tape. I switched the template to the other side, into the opposite face. Now I can always route downhill to minimize chip out. Unfortunately for the cloud lift for the front rail, my template wasn't long enough to be able to get both sides. I'm going to create some panels for the desk by resoling this 4/4 board right down the center, creating a book match. I let my book match panels rest overnight. Now we need to go to the joiner and face joint one side, and we'll plane these to thickness. These panels are slightly larger than the capacity of my joiner, so we're going to overhang the joiner by a little bit, and then we'll finish that little bit with a hand plane. So after planing down this edge flush with the jointed surface, I can go back to the joiner and repeat this process until I have the entire board nice and flat. I hope you guys will come back next time when we make the square holes for the ebony plugs and finally glue this case together. And then we'll start working on some drawers. See you next time.